In the club with my twin and we vibing. Da 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 na 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 na.
In the cut with my twin.
And we vibing.
Yeah, bitch. Look, my twin right here. We are fraternal.
Identical, actually.
You can see it.
Clearly.
The only difference is that you have tattoos. Locked in. Oh.
Twinning
There we
them.
go. Oh. Hi guys, welcome back to This Not Podcast with me, your co-host Ajane.
And Arly.
Yes, my other co-host here. Don't worry about her; she's a little shy. But we're back again on this lovely Monday, recording content for you because we love you and you love us too.
I feel like time management and having your priorities in check in college is so important. Like, so important. And people who think that college is just like you're partying and shit and like you don't give a fuck, that's fine if you want to live your life like that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you actually are trying to get through college, just time management,
Kind of decent grades.
yeah,
Because doing that can get you kind of like, it's like, okay, you passed. Not with flying colors, but you passed it.
And if that's fine for you, then go ahead. But
that's like the starter pack. Just time managing whatever it is you're doing can get you kind of good grades. And then putting the effort in to do all that extra shit will get you some more good grades.
Right. And everyone's different. Like, people time manage differently. Like, some people time block their schedule, literally time block.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is what works for me. Like,
For
I'm
you.
just like, this is class, this 3 to 5 is the gym,
Mm-hmm.
and then I have work at this time, I have work at that time, and then the rest is just doing work. I also do time block for editing too, which is how I'm able to get this shit done in like 4 days. But yeah, so time blocking works for me. But then again, like, I'm not one of those people that are strictly like,
This
from 4 to 6 I'm doing this, and if it's like 6:01 I'm leaving it and I'm doing something else. I don't really like to live like that, because if it's like people get distracted, life happens, shit happens, like you're never gonna get everything on point the way you want it to every day. Like, something's bound to happen, and you should have the freedom to change your schedule if that does happen. And don't be like upset if like you couldn't get to this that day. Like, then do some shit to fix it.
I think that's another thing I learned is that I think for a lot of like high school and middle school, I think I was really like I just want to say I feel like I was just really hard on myself when it came to deadlines and stuff like that. So now it's like I do hold myself accountable. Like, I'm like, okay, I know if I don't do this, this will happen, and like I can't be mad about that. But at another thing, it's like I'm like, but fuck it, like if I literally can't do it, or if I'm to the point where I'm like so exhausted that I can't even read what it is I'm doing, then it's like, fuck it, if it's due tomorrow, then it's not getting done, and that's okay. We can take an L, it's fine. Which I think is another thing you just have to learn. Like, some things you just have to be like, well, okay, like it's just gonna happen.
Yeah, I feel like really it's just a learning curve. Like,
Yeah.
people could tell you what to do to be successful at college, but in reality it's just how you and your brain works, to be honest. Like, freshman year, if you're struggling and you're stressed and you feel like you can't do it, just figure out a way for you to be able to fix it for yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just be like, I have to study, or I have to study this way or that way or anything like that. No, like, you have to find your specific way of studying for you to get it. You can't just watch a YouTube video and be like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. Like, that's just not how your brain works.
Yeah,
that's
like
not
if
how
it
everyone
isn't for
works.
you, then it's just not going to be for you, and that is fine. Like, all of us, I think, our friend group, everybody is a different type of student.
For sure.
And it's like, but we all made it. We all got here. We're all juniors.
Yeah. Another thing is, like, don't be shy to try new things. Like, don't think that just because it worked for one subject or for one topic or for one semester that it's going to work exactly the same the next time around. It's just not going to happen like that. So don't be scared to try new things. Like this podcast. We tried something new and
definitely
it's going well, and
it is good. I enjoy it, even though, like, I know, like, today I was like, fuck, we have to record. Fuck, I'm so tired. Fuck, I have so much shit to do. But it's like, I like it. And it's fun. And it doesn't feel like work. Like, none of this feels like work. So it's like, I'm okay. Like, I'm tired, but that's completely fine.
Right.
I know where I'm going after this.
Yeah.
So, yes, try new things. I'm happy we did this. Because it's also like, I get to spend time with you. And in this type of environment, it feels, I'm not decompressing, but it's like I just get to sit down and talk to you. Which is like, I like doing that.
I like talking to you too.
Yeah, that's fun. So it's like I get to kind of just, I get to not be on like, okay, what am I doing right now and what am I going to do after? And I think it's also kind of good that this is like the last thing we do in the night.
Yeah. For
the fact it's like, okay, like, it's like, okay, this is just, I just have to do this. And after this, I know, like, okay, now I can just go about my night, the 1 hour I have left of this day.
Right. Which, if you guys do not know, well, I'm pretty sure you don't because we don't tell you. But we do record on Mondays. Yes. Late night Mondays. I'm talking like 9 p.m., 10 p.m. type shit.
11:41 right now.
Yeah. But low-key, I kind of like filming at night. I think because, like you said, like, we have nothing else after this. Yeah. So it's like you could do whatever you want, like go to sleep or some shit. But also, if this was done in the morning or in the afternoon, I think, one, it would have fucked up with our schedules and what we had to do during the day.
For sure.
And two, I feel like we would have had so much shit in our heads that we still have to do afterwards, where it'll just fuck up like what we're talking about. Yeah, I think
our minds would be in like a lot of different places.
Yeah, or like constantly checking the time and shit.
Yeah, I think if we had different lives, maybe like if we had different types of jobs and different schedules, it would work for sure. But I would never do this at like 8 a.m. Like, I don't know, maybe like 12. Right. Because it's like you get to wake up and even like you have some time to just be awake before doing anything. That's another thing. I feel like I don't have that anymore where I can be awake for a little bit and then get out of bed. It's alarm rings and I'm in bed for maybe 5 minutes and then it's like, okay, I have to get up. Yeah. I miss that. I miss it. I miss it so much. Every time I come back, I long to come back to school. I'm like, fuck, I need to get back to school. I need to be with Arly. I need you to be around me. And then I get back to school, and then I get into the rhythm of school, and then I'm just like, fuck. It's not that I don't want to be here. I just wish I could take a nap sometimes. Right. Like, that's literally it. That's all I want is to schedule in, like, a nap. But I know that I can't on most days. And even when I don't have work or I just don't go into it, I can't. It's like I can't. Maybe I'm in denial. And with myself because I'm like, I long for these hours of rest, and when I get a chance to, it's like I'm like, well, I have an assignment to do, or I'm like, well, I need to do this, so I should do this instead. I like just come up with something that I'm like I have to do. So maybe I'm the problem. That's what I want my senior year to be. A schedule where I get naps.
That's all she wants.
A small part of me feels like that's not going to happen either. You know what? I'll take, if it's not the first semester of senior year, at least make it the last semester. Please, just a day where I literally, like, if I have to do work, fine. But I can do it from the comfort of my bed and then close it and then take a nap. That's all I want. That's all I want. Just for a little bit. But I do like that I do stuff every day. Like, I never feel like I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, I feel like when it comes to being at home in the summer, first of all, being at home,
crazy talk, huh?
Next,
crazy.
That's a topic for another episode.
Going back to my high school room, and that's what it feels. Every time I walk into my bedroom, I'm like, fuck.
Right.
It feels like I'm back in high school.
But then, other than being just at home, I feel like I legit have no purpose during the summer.
I feel like I get what you mean in terms of like, I'm not doing it except working.
Yeah, and I think that's why I like being here so much. Like, I feel like being here with, like, even besides college, like literally besides all of my classes, I still feel like I have a purpose. Mm-hmm. And besides my job too, like besides my job at a restaurant that I work at.
Do you feel like this added something to that?
I feel like it does. Like, just being in the environment of other people and being able to impact other people's lives, it's just like means so much to me. Like, I feel like I don't do that at home. Like, at home, I'm just like me and myself, and I talk to my brother, and that's it. Like, I don't feel like I'm doing anything, not even like work wise. Like, I just don't feel like I'm being who I want to be for real.
Right.
So then being here, talking to other people and helping people and being around those like that need help, or which is a job that I do here on campus, but I don't really take it as a job. I take it as like people need my views on stuff, people need my help on stuff, and I'm there to help them. I'm there to give them my advice. I'm there to talk to them about their days. Like legit just sitting in my boss's office with all the other workers there. I really just feel like we're like just talking as friends, and I'm able to confide in everyone in the room. And that's just what the college environment is for real. Like, everyone's living different lives, but we all just have something to relate to where it's just easy. It's just easy to talk to people and be able to open yourself up to people and to find people that open up to you. And then that's just what I like about being here. Like,
I like that. I feel like for me, whenever I go home, I just feel like I feel so stuck. And I feel like I really realized that this summer. Like, I don't know what it was about my freshman year that by the time I got home, like, I just was like, I feel like I can't move. Like, I can't grow here. Like, it's too much like what I used to be. And I'm like, I'm no longer that person. Like, all of the shit that I didn't have a problem with before, I'm like, it's so apparent that it's like, I don't fuck with this now. Yeah. And now, but it's like, I can't, like, I feel like I can't change. Like, but I did. Coming here every year, I change. Like, every year, I feel like I come back home and I'm a different person. But then I look around and I'm like, but nothing about this place has changed. Yeah. And I feel like I'm just stuck here. Like, I just have to be here. And you know what it is? I feel like I just said this to my sister. I was like, when I come home, I feel like my life is on pause. Yes. Like, it's pause, and I'm just going through the motions. And as soon as I get back to college, it's when it presses play. And I'm like, I feel like I'm actually living my life. Yeah. I feel like my freshman year,
I felt this over the summer more than you did, and then and then the year that passed, she felt it more than I did.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know what's like, because I never felt that way before. Yeah. But this summer, I was literally sitting, and I was like, this is like, I have to go back. I've never felt that way. Yeah. And I don't know what was different between freshman year me and sophomore year me, but it was just like, I feel like I'm not living my life. Like, I'm just here for these months, and it's like, but I'm not really doing anything. Like, I'm not doing anything that I want to do. I don't feel like I'm growing in any way. Like, I'm not doing anything that's challenging myself, or I'm not gaining new experiences. I'm just here in my old ass high school room.
Right.
waiting until it's like I can actually start living my life again.
Yeah. No, I felt exactly the same way after my freshman year coming back home.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, coming back home because of family was one thing. But just coming back home to an environment that you had outgrown, that you had passed, that you had thought that you were leaving forever. Like when I moved to college, I forgot about everything and anything, and I left my past in the past.
Yeah.
I wanted nothing to do with my past self. I wanted nothing to do with the people that affected my life in a bad way in my past. Like I left that all, came here, made a new life for myself, made myself who I am, basically, to then just go back and then just basically go into the trash bin, take out everything that I threw out, and then just live in that dump for 3 months.
Yeah.
That's legit how I felt.
Yeah.
And then to just come back, have to throw all of that out and then do it again the next year. Like I feel like it's something that people don't talk about. Obviously, if you like miss your family and you're, you know, away from them, like another state type, I understand. Like you're gonna miss home, you're gonna miss this, you're gonna miss that. If you had that environment growing up that you miss and that you're close to, that's completely fine, and I understand that. But I feel like not a lot of people can shine a light on the fact that not everyone wants to go home, or like not everyone wants to go back.
Yeah.
Not everyone wants to go back to their past, to the house they were in, to the people they were around. And also,
I think how shitty like that feels to know that. Like I feel like for me, I was like, fuck. I like in the beginning, I was like, I feel bad that I don't want to be here, because I've never felt like I don't want to be here. Like it's always been like, okay, I'm home. Ooh, finally. But now it's like to realize that what used to be something that I really enjoyed and loved, it's become something now that I'm like, I don't want this anymore. Like, and I don't know, it was strange for me to kind of like, it took me a minute to really just accept that it's like, it's just not for you.
Yeah.
Like this just, I don't know what happened to me, but it's like now it's just, I don't fuck with it anymore.
And I think that's the difference between you, like that's where the difference hits between you and me. Like you had something that you loved, and then you just realized you didn't anymore. For me, it was like I just didn't, and I wanted to get away, and I got away, but then I had to come back
to it.
Like there was no way I couldn't go anywhere else. Like I had to come back to something that I had thought I left and that I was happy leaving. So then to just come back to that and then leave again and then come back to that, it's just a weird like
on some like
process.
I was sitting at home and I was like, Najee, I have to tell you, the minute I graduate college, I'm saving up to get my own apartment. I was like, I cannot and I will not allow myself to stay here long. Like how old were we when we graduate? But like 20, 21?
21.
Yeah, by like 23, I gotta be out of there. I can't spend the rest of my 20s in there. I can't. I'm like, I don't want to. And I'm like, I feel like at some point I'm going to have to communicate that. And I'm like, I don't want to hurt your feelings, but it's just, we're two different people.
I feel like that's the worst part. Like telling the person that literally the only person or people that you go back to, that you actually care about, and tell them and be like, I'm not fucking with this anymore.
It's like
I'm done.
I have to go. I have to.
And I think it hurts for them more because
because they don't see that change.
They don't understand that you change, like whether or not it's physical, but mentally you're just a completely different person. And they're still there where you were.
Yeah, because it's like, unfortunately for them, that's just who they are. And it's like, and I think for me too, I think before college, I was just so used to that. So it wasn't like I got a chance to live without it. So freshman year, I don't know. I think maybe it was just like, maybe because it was the first time I was gone and I was still really attached to that. So when I came back, it was more so of just like, and plus like that summer, I was never actually in the house. I was either at work or I was out for the most part. So I think that's what it is. And I kind of had a life because it was part-time. But being that I had a full-time job and I wasn't really going out as much, so it was either I was at work or I was at home. And plus just the responsibilities of getting older coupled in with that, I just kind of realized, I was like, I fucking hate this. Like, I actually hate that this is where I have to be right now. And if I could have just booked myself a hotel room for like 3 days, I would have just went.
Yeah.
And like, not to do anything, just to be by myself. Like, there's just been moments where I'm like, I just want to be alone. Like, this makes me think an apartment. Like, in my mind, I was like, I don't need a big apartment. I just need a studio. Like, just give myself a studio and just figure that shit out and make it somehow, because I can't. I was like, I really can't. And I pushed against it a lot because I was really like, there's no way that I don't like this. I've been with this my whole life. Like, there's no way. And then the more I thought about it and the more it kept happening, I was just like, oh wow, no, I have to leave. Yeah. There's no way I can stay here. It was so strange. And I was just talking to Najee about it constantly. I was like, I don't understand why I feel this way. Or it's like, I do understand it. It's just that I guess I was just like, I really wished I did it, because my life would be so much easier if it was like acceptable to you now. Yeah. And on top of you realizing it, it's that either they will not realize it or they don't want to accept that that's what it is. Yeah. And so it's like, even if you try to explain yourself and you're like, well, this is why I feel this way, and it's honestly, it's not even that it's personal to you, because it's like, if anyone did it, I wouldn't fuck with it. It just, unfortunately, it happened to be you. They will never see it that way. Or at least in my case, she'll never see it that way. Yeah. So it's like, I'm like, what is even the point of talking about it? Like, I don't mind confronting it, but I know that no matter what, like, you're going to look at me like I'm the ungrateful person, or I'm not giving you grace, or, oh, you're just trying to get out of here. Like, you want to make it seem like I did this and that. And it's just like, it's not that. Like, I don't think any person wants to be in that position where they come home and they're like, well, another day, another dollar, I guess. Like, nobody wants to be in that position.
Yeah. No, like, I remember having like breakdowns with my mom in the car. And I'm like, literally, we're driving and I just have a whole breakdown in front of her. And she's like, why are you crying? Why are you crying? And I'm like, Mom, I don't know how to tell you this. I don't know how it's going to sound to you. Like, and I don't even know how to explain it. But I just can't be here. Like, I can't be at the house. I can't be around you guys. Like, I can't be here anymore. Like that. And I just kept repeating, I just can't be here. I can't be here. And I can't fucking be here. And she was confused about it. She was like, what do you mean? Like, we didn't do anything, like this and that. And I'm like, but it's not about you guys.
Right. It's about like yourself.
Right. And then, so I would explain that to her over and over and over again. This probably happened like 4 or 5 times over the entire summer. I was just over it. Like, I was done. I wanted to be gone. I couldn't handle staying there anymore. Like, I'd go out like for a few days or like at night or something. Like, I just couldn't be there. And I think towards the end she started to understand more because we'd talk about it. which is another like I feel like if you can, or if you have someone to communicate it to, please do.
Yes.
Because emotions or feelings like that you keep inside, trust me, I've tried, and it's just gonna eat you up from the inside out. Like, it's much better to talk to someone about it, whether or not they understand or not, but just tell someone.
No, definitely. It does make it feel a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was holding it in, and then I'd like to talk to my therapist about it. And then literally after we got off the call, I was like, I feel so much better. I was like, did I just need to talk about it to someone? But then it happened again, and I got mad again. I was like, okay, no, it's gonna keep happening. But talking about it is definitely good, because I think on top of that, it's just you just want someone to understand where you're coming from. Like, no matter what the situation is, it's like when you are feeling that way and it's that intense, I think there comes a point where you're like, I need someone to tell me, like, they get it, like that. At the minimum, you at least understand why I feel this way. And so having someone to do that, whether it's the person that's actually causing it or someone else, it's always going to make you feel just a little bit better. Like, you still have to come home to it, and that's never fun. But to have an outlet to at least just be like, I'm so fucking upset, or like, I'm so sad, is always a good thing, which I have now, which is good. And so I feel like also past me just, I didn't think, like, a lot of college, while it's been academics, I'm like, I feel like every fucking year, I'm like, wow, I didn't know that was something I was carrying around with me. Guess we'll unpack that. Guess that'll be unpacked today too. Fuck it. Let's add another thing to the fucking list.
Yeah. Also, I feel like a lot of people, like, you know that debate that's like, oh, college isn't really necessary. Like, there's no need to go to college. It's a scam. It's whatever. Completely understandable. Like, yes, it is.
I completely get the notion.
And I understand the financial reason as to why it's a scam. I firmly believe it is.
Definitely.
But what I do want to mention is it's not just that. Like, it's legit, it's not just the academics.
It's like a preview. Like, if you can get it without breaking your pockets, then you should, because like you said, the academics are honestly like fucking 4% of what college is. Unless
you're like a fucking health science major and you're trying to be a doctor. Please take that shit seriously, because you're going to be a future doctor.
You are in school. Like, no one ever forgets that you're in school. But what is that? Like, how much of your week is really you? It's just you go to class, and then after class, you do homework. And then after that, it's other shit. It's like you still have a life you have to live a part of those academics. Like, in school, it's like, okay, I'm gonna go to school, I'm gonna be here with these people every day, like, I'm gonna see these people every single day, and then you go back home. But here it's like, okay, you have school, great, what are you gonna do after that? Like, your day doesn't end after you leave the classroom, which is what it used to be before.
I feel like apart from all the like knowing like classes and knowing people and shit, the connections you make at college,
that too,
I think is so fucking important, because it's connections. Like, you meet people from your major, you meet people who want to do what you want to do, you meet people who are striving to be what you want to be. And you make connections, you like meet people, you basically, you're building a foundation for your career, for your life, for like advice, for legit anything. Like, I got my car on campus this semester, and I was talking about my car and something that I didn't know about it, and some guy walked past me and he was like, oh, I know about that. And I learned something new. Like, you legit learn without even wanting to learn. And that's so essential to living life, literally. So it is important.
It's a good idea. Not saying you have to do it, I'm just saying. And I should add, going to college with the dorming experience. I can't speak on how college is
as a commuter.
I don't know. I'm assuming it feels similar to just regular school where you're going and coming.
I mean, I feel like if you're not that involved, then yeah.
I feel like that's probably what it would be like. But dorming, I love it. I mean, I would do this again.
Most definitely.
If I had to, I would do it again.
I'd recommend it to people.
If I'd had kids, I would be like, you're gonna dorm, because I feel like my kids are gonna be like me in the terms of, even like, you know, when children are younger, like they don't like to sleep over at people's houses, or like they're very like, this is my home, I'm staying. I was never like that as a kid. I was always like, they're like, oh, sleep over my house. I'm like, oh, sure. No, definitely I will.
I never had a sleepover.
I'll ask my mom. My mom might say no.
Right.
Never, ever?
Ever.
That's crazy. Not even like at a cousin's house, or no?
Oh, yeah. But I thought you meant like without parents type shit.
Yeah.
Then no.
Oh. But yeah, I always stayed at their house. To point, and my mom would call and she'd be like, you didn't call to say goodnight. And I'm like, oh, all right, I'm sorry about that. That's my fault. Like, I was never that kid that, like, I guess for me, I don't know, maybe I got the idea that it's like, well, you're going to be here. Like, in my mind, I'm like, you're going to be, when I come back home, you're going to be here. Like, you're not going anywhere. So I'm not worried about it. Like, I'm just gonna, when I leave a place, I'm very much in wherever it is that I'm in. So it's like, if you're not next to me and while I'm in there, then the chances of you getting to me are kind of low. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know. There's something about calling that I'm just like, guys, I don't know. I feel like it takes me out of where I am.
Yeah.
To like call or text. I'm like, no, you're taking me out of the place that I'm currently in. Like, I want to stay here. I want to be here in this moment. Like, I think without really being it, and it sounds so cringy in my mind, but I would say I am a very, like, in the moment person. Like, if I'm going somewhere, the chances of me taking out my phone and taking a picture are so low. I rarely ever do that. Like, if I'm with you, like, I'm with you.
Right.
I'm not, like, I might go on my phone and scroll on TikTok for like 5 seconds, but that's based off of, like, I need to, like, give my eyes a break. But other than that, it's like, or if I'm texting someone, I'll be like, okay, 1 minute I'm texting, because I know that I'm not going to be listening. And then I put my phone down. I'm like, okay, go back. Like, I'm never, like, every time I hang out with you, I'm never on my phone.
Oh, no, because you just trust me. Your brain turns off.
That too. I get to turn my brain off with you, but it's like, that's how I know I'm in it with the person, because I'm like, I don't even touch that bitch. Yeah. Be like, who are you with today? Arly, is you taking any pictures? No, literally not one. Yeah. Not a single photo. Or if I did, it's because I thought you looked funny and I wanted to remember it.
All right.
And that's it, but never.
Yeah. No, I feel like, texting, first of all, just me texting here, but texting people back at home is a no. Like, I call maybe once a week. Maybe. If they really get it out of me, I'll call. But if not, then no. Like, that's just that. Right. But just texting or calling in general, being on my phone, to be honest, I'm not really on it to be on it. Like, I'm on it I actually only am on it to take pictures and music. And that's legit it.
Yeah, because like, you don't even have any entertainment apps on there.
Yeah, I don't.
Like, do you have Netflix on there?
No, it's just my computer.
Yeah. I mean, I have Netflix on my phone, but yeah, I mean, like, what are the chances I'm watching that?
But I feel like me, because I'm such a, like, I wouldn't say social media person, but
I mean, you give it some weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More than the average.
Yeah, more than me. more than me. You give it more weight. And I mean, it works out. I think I'm surrounded by people who take pictures. Mm-hmm. So it's always like, okay, well, send that picture to me.
You're always a subject of my pictures.
And I'm the subject of the pictures. Yeah. That's the thing, too.
And it's not on purpose, guys. It's just the aesthetic of the picture or video. She's just in it.
Or she just has a goofy photo of me.
Right. Or I catch her on certain times.
And I'm just like, why do you have this? Why? This is blackmail.
Yeah. But I do like to take pictures and videos if I'm in a new place or if I just feel like it's a memory that I want to keep. Mm-hmm. If it's not, or if like I've been there mad times, yeah, I'm not on my phone at all. Like, no way on my phone type shit.
That's how I'm comfortable with the person. Even though that's not, I wouldn't say that is my level of comfortability, but it's just, that's how I know I'm really enjoying the moment with them. Or I think that's just, or maybe that's how they'll know that it's like I'm locked into the moment with them, is that I forget that my phone even exists, which is terrible because my mom and my sister will be texting me and it'll be like, I respond like an hour later. And like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just hanging out. Like, I'm just walking with them, talking with them, eating with them. And they're like, but we were texting you. And I'm like, well, my phone was, my ringtone was off. So that meant you weren't getting to me. Yeah. And that's just who I am. I've been like that since a kid. Literally, if I left, they didn't, unless they called. And this is back when I was like little, so I didn't have a phone. It'd be like, let me know. Or even now, like coming home, coming here. They were like, text me when you get back on campus. And I was like, okay. Completely forgot about it. As soon as I got back, I hung out with you. Forgot. Yeah. Didn't text them at all. And I was just like, I'm sorry, guys. It's just, I don't know. I'm like, I don't want to think about it anymore. Like, I'm gone. Mm-hmm. That place is not with me anymore. So I'm here. And I'm going to be here. And I'm just going to enjoy being here. Yeah. So I do feel sorry about that sometimes. And I've been hearing other people, and I'm like, damn, you call back home like every day?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I'd be like, is it me? Like, am I tweaking right now?
No, and that's the thing. Like, it's okay. Everyone has different family values. Everyone has a different family perspective. Yeah. If you will. So if you are the type to call your mom, call your dad every day.
Oh yeah, no, that's keep fine. In touch,
go ahead.
It's more me introspecting on myself. Yeah. I'm using that as a time to self-reflect on me as a person. Right. I'm not judging you. I'm just like, I don't do that every day. Yeah. Interesting. Maybe I don't that's either. Me. Yeah. If you're calling back, that's actually really lovely that you know, you get like that, you want to do that and you want to talk to them and on the phone. Yeah. Like I text Najee a good amount. It's just, and I mean, it's never on time, but I text her a good amount. And we'll FaceTime if we want to catch each other up on like some tea or something, or if I have a rant or she has a rant. But like to call her every day, I think Najee would get tired of me if I called her every day too, though.
Yeah, I think for me, my mom just, whenever we do or whenever I decide to, it's just a update on what her life has been. She tries to get an update out of me. My answer usually isn't the best, and I'm just like, I'm doing great. Like, going to work, my classes are fine. Yeah. And that's it. And that's all she gets out of me. Because I really just not trying to do all that.
Yeah, that's the thing. What's life up there like, or what are you doing? You're getting the academic update. You're not getting the life update until it's done. I'm not telling you about my semester until it's over.
No, not like academic. Like house classes, they're great. I like my teachers, and that's literally it. I don't even go into depth about assignments, exams, projects, quizzes. Like I'm doing great, and I'm doing great.
Like, do you think you
like high school or freshman year?
Before college.
Before college. When it came to high school, probably my freshman year, the only reason why I I would tell them what would happen academically was just because like either they asked or because they'd get an email from the school type shit. But other than that, like I'd say junior and senior year of high school, it was never like, oh, I got this on an exam. It's just like, how's class? Great. Like I was never the type of person to be going into depth unless something actually happened or unless a teacher actually pissed me off or gave me a bad grade for a dumbass reason, then they'll hear about it. If not, then it's great. I'm good. I'm fine. And that's it.
I used to, but that's just, I think I'm a talkative person. I used to. And now, yeah, it's like, well, I'll still tell her now. Like, I'll give her a good idea of what the classes are. But, like, the grade itself, if it's good, then I'll tell her. If it's bad, I'll be like, yeah, it's good. It's fine. It's okay. Because she's not even asking. Like, she's not going to see them. So it doesn't even matter to me.
I think freshman year, I was so focused or... Well, not focused. I think freshman year, I just wanted someone to tell me that they were proud of me. Oh. Because it's not that I never had it, but I was just never told it. Right. So I think when I came to college and I would tell my mom, like, oh, I got this on an exam or I got this on that exam. And I realized that it's not that she didn't care, but it wasn't, her reaction wasn't what I was expecting it to, or what I was looking for it to be, which is why I was just like, okay, that's when I decided, like, I'm doing this for me. Like, there's no reason as to why I should be expecting her approval or expecting her to be proud. Or my dad is like not even, but like, why would I even try at that point? But yes, it's like I decided no. Like, my life from now on is going to be my life. And whether or not I want them to hear about it, that's my problem. Even if they ask, even if they want to know, no. Like, like, I'm done with being under your roof. So at the end of the day, whatever I want to tell you, I'll tell you. If I don't want to tell you, too bad.
Like I said, too bad.
And that's all it is. And she understood that after a few months. She was like, okay, I won't bother you about it. And I'm like, okay, great. Because I wasn't gonna.
You're not getting an answer either way. So I'm happy we're on the same page.
Yeah. So that's just something that I had to learn. And that I just got used to. And I think they got used to it too. Because they don't bother me at all.
I'm trying to think back.
So it's a win-win.
On my freshman year, me and where she was, and I'm just looking back on her. I'm like, I truly thought that I had my shit together. I think that's what college taught me, is that I had nothing together. I had nothing. I swear to God, I thought like every bad thing that's ever happened to me, I was like, I'm completely over that. 2, I've grown from that, and that it was in the past, and like that none of it was like affecting me now. That was a fucking lie. Like that's what college is like. Honestly, I'm like, wow, I truly thought I was like, I fixed myself. And then I got here and I was like, no, nothing about me is fixed. I just think I don't know. I guess because I thought I was fixed, I never saw any of the problems. And then now I'll look back on something I did or something that I'm doing, and I'm like, this is not how that's supposed to go. Or like something will happen and I'm like, I didn't like that. And it's like, but I didn't like that. Like, what's the word? Like, you know how you just feel something so strongly? And I'm like, why did I react that way? Like, the way that I reacted isn't the way I thought I would. And then I have to, like, and therapy definitely helps me with this, too. Helped me, like, realize that it's, like, a lot of the shit that I thought I moved forward from, it's like, no, you didn't. In fact, the way that you are right now is not something like I don't want to, who I was freshman year, I don't want to be anymore. Yeah. And even who I was sophomore year, it's like I don't want to be her anymore because she was just operating under false pretenses. Yeah. I was just operating under this idea of who I was instead of who I actually am. Mm-hmm. And some of that was like a hard fucking pill to swallow, to really. And I think it's even some stuff that I feel like you don't see from me. Like, I think you'd probably, well, would you call me an affectionate person? Like, would you? Honestly?
I feel like, yes. When you're comfortable. Mm-hmm. No, if you're not.
Okay. I guess that stands true. Yeah. I guess with that. Do you want to explain? Do you care to explain?
Well, I just feel like if you're not comfortable with someone or the environment or the situation, then you're just not going to be who you are.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right. That's true. And I thought, like, even with the whole, like, me not really talking to people, mm-hmm. like, in my mind, I never really, like, saw that. Mm-hmm. Like, in my mind, I'm just like, well, I just don't really care to talk to them. Like, then that's fine. Yeah. But in reality, it's like, I don't care to talk to a lot of people. Yeah. And I don't know if that's an issue or not, but I didn't see that before now. Mm-hmm. Like, if that was something that I did that I didn't really acknowledge or accept, my level of affection. I'm constantly unsubscribing from shit that I thought was normal and things that I thought were okay and things that felt comfortable. And now I'm like, I'm constantly in a state of like, fuck, this feels really weird. I don't like it, but I know that it's something that I have to do. That's what I feel like college was for me. It's a constant state of me figuring something out about myself and then having to change it. And then figuring out something else and being like, okay, fuck, let's change that too. And doing something else and being like, ugh, another fucking thing. Like this depression shit. Are you kidding me? I wish I knew about this shit earlier, honestly. It would have been nice to know what this was too. But, and I think for a long time, I was just like, I'm fine. Like in my mind, I was like, I'm good. Mm-hmm. Like I just have slightly worse days than other people, but I'm fine. Yeah. Like I'd cry, take a nap, wake up the next morning. I'm like, oh, that was just a bad night. I'll move. It's fine. And then, but now it's like my brain, like I think now I'm more graceful because I'm like, when shit like that flares up, now I'm like, okay, it's not me. Like I'm not defected. It's just, this is just the brain I have. Mm-hmm. She's just I'm just going to wake up one day and sometimes it's not going to be a good day. Like it's just not. And if that means I have to lay in bed, then I'll lay in bed. If that means I want to lay in bed, but I shouldn't lay in bed, then I'm going to have to get up. Mm-hmm. And it's like, if I have these thoughts that are making me act irrationally, now that I know what it is, I have to hold myself accountable to the fact that it's like, one, you don't get to do that shit just because you're depressed. That's fucking crazy. Right. And two, I have to untrain my brain to go that way. Like, it's like, oh my God, so-and-so doesn't like me. And it's like, and that's okay. You don't have to go off the fucking rails about it. Mm-hmm. You are okay. Right. And I have to tell myself, like, no, this is just an irrational thought. You can't trust these thoughts as much as they keep repeating in your mind. These are not yours. This is not how you feel. It's weird. It's like, I feel like I'm like, I don't want to say I'm crazy because I don't want to call people with depression crazy, but it's like you just feel like it's not me. I guess now that I know,
like you're out of place.
Yeah, like I'm like, this isn't how I feel. Like when I'm in those places, I'm like, I have to question it. I'm like, is this how I actually feel, or is this like a moment where my mind is just not where it needs to be? Like, do I feel this way? Truly, do I feel like I don't like this, or is my brain just kind of giving me irrational thoughts out of, we don't want you to go back to where you were? Like, am I trying to protect myself, or is this something I truly feel? Might have cried myself to sleep last night, but today is Taco Tuesday. So we're going to suck it up and move forward.
My God.
No, really. And it was so strange. And it was like, it was just a growing moment. Yeah. Like, last semester, I think, had to happen for me. It was an unfortunate situation, but because I feel like all of you kind of watched me just descend into madness a little bit.
I think I did. I don't think they put two and two together to know. I think they just thought, like, because okay, I feel like she's having a bad week type shit.
Yeah, and that shit went on. I feel like I had a bad week for like a month or two.
Yeah, and I think I was the one that caught on to that.
Like, it was a really bad, like, it was terrible. Like, the last 2 days, and you guys are getting the tea. You guys are getting the tea right now. The last 2 days, I think it was worse because you left. Like, you weren't there. So I had the room to myself. And we had gotten drunk those last 2 days, too, which now I know if I'm in a bad mood, I shouldn't get drunk. I should just, like, smoke something and then go to sleep. Which is what I did a lot that semester too, though. So maybe I shouldn't smoke. I don't know. That too, when I'm in those moods, I'm like, should I smoke now? Like, is smoking gonna actually help me? Or is that a way of me being like, I don't want to feel what I'm feeling right now, so I'm gonna smoke? And that never works because I wake up and I feel the same way. But last semester truly fell into a descent of and it just happened so quickly. And then you left. And those last 2 days, I literally cried myself to sleep. Those both nights. And it wasn't on some like, oh my God. And then turn around, like, no. Like, I was full on sobbing. And I'm sobbing, but I'm asking myself, like, why are we, like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I felt like I was insane. On some, like, and you know what else? I was sobbing. Like, at one point I was crying, but no tears were coming out. But it was like, I'm like, I know I have to cry. Like, I know that feeling, but I'm not crying. And I was like, I'm going insane. I've lost at 19, I've lost it.
I feel like sometimes people just need to, like, you need to, I strongly believe that every human being needs to cry, needs to be angry, needs to somehow release all of everything that is going through your mind. Whether it be talking, whether it be physical, whether it be fucking anything, bro. Like you just have to. Like, there's no one should be retaining so much emotion inside. Yeah. Like, that is just not a way to live.
And I feel like that's what happened to me, though. So, like, I literally left. Like, I was like, I have to leave. Maybe me leaving will be better. And I was like, maybe this is what I need. And then I went home, and it was, like, okay. And my mom was like, why are you home? And I was just like, felt like being back. Felt like, you know, coming back home. It's fine. And then, like, it was okay. Like, I feel like it kind of, because I got to get away from all my responsibilities for like a couple days. And then I came back, and it was good for, like, most of the day. And then as soon as it hit nighttime, I was just like, well, here it is again. We're back again. And I kind of just had to sit with that. So go to therapy, people, if you need it. Because that's what made me, those last 2 days, I was like, okay, no, like, I definitely need to go to therapy. Because this, where I was then, it's like, I can never go back to that place. That was terrible. And I'm like, and if I feel myself going back there, I'm like, I need immediate help. Somebody help me. I know it looks like I'm okay, but I promise you, my mind is going 1,000 miles per hour. I need someone to help me.
I feel like I felt a little bit like that at home, and then I came here. Like, this is my home. Like, this where I am now is my home and my like safe place.
Yeah.
Like if I want to feel better, I'm coming here. Like going back there, that's my like no zone. That's my like hot zone. That's my warning, do not enter zone. But when I'm here, it's like, okay, I'm 10,000 times better. I could be stressed as fuck. I could be like sad. I could be mad. But this place is what's going to do it for me.
Period.
That's just it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, no, like sometimes I view this place as home too. Like it's just I'm so comfortable here. Like I just like it here. Mm-hmm. This is like sometimes maybe I'm stressed out. Sometimes I have my depressed days, but it's like this is where I want to be. I don't want to be home. Right. Like I want to be here. Like going home to do my hair is the most you're gonna get out of me. And every time I go back, I'm like, right. Well, I'm gonna be leaving tomorrow. So thank you for having me, but I think I'm gonna be going back. And I think I found like truly I think this was like the first time I feel like I kind of like made my own little family. Like I view you as like my family, honestly. Like you're that person, you're that. I'm like, where's Arly? I'll be there. I'll be right where she is. Well, she's going there. I'm going to be there. Yeah. She's in class. Well, I guess I take that class too now. I'm on the roster. Yeah. For real. I think I got a little piece, a little corner of the earth here. And I like it. And I enjoy it and it's comfortable. So I'm like, don't take it away from me. Please. Right. And then we're going to be graduating soon, which is... It hurts my heart to know I'll have to leave this place at some point.
But at the end of the day, I just feel like do what makes you happy. Like at least I live my life pursuing happiness. Like I don't like if you were to ask me what's your purpose or like how like what's life to you? Happiness. Like that's just the way I live. That's the way I want to live. That's the way I learned is best for me. And I'm just doing that. And I feel like that's just something like that's a value that everyone should hold very, very close to you. Being happy is probably the most essential thing you can do for yourself.
Agreed.
Because you could use that towards anything, towards your career, your family, your life, your friends, your everything, your mental health, physical health. Just be happy. Be happy with what you're doing. Be happy with what you want to do in life and how you're going to get there. And at the end of the day, if it doesn't work out, at least you are happy.
Yeah. At least you're happy.
Yeah, that's just how I like to live my life.
I like that. I feel like for me, definitely happiness, but for the biggest one for me, I think I would say my purpose in life in this moment is figuring myself out. Like, I think I thought I knew like I said, I thought I knew who I was, but clearly that's not who I am. And now I'm like, and I'm okay with that. In terms of I accept who I am. I'm not going to deny any of the good or bad parts of me. And learning how to handle myself. I feel like I didn't know how to do that. So I want to learn who I am. I would say that would be my purpose in life. And from this journey already, I can tell that's not ending. So that's my purpose.
Yeah. Because I think I found
out.
I think for me, I figured out who I was before I came to college. And I think like freshman, summer, sophomore year is when I really like, this is me type
you
shit.
Solidified it.
And I think now it's just me embracing it and me just being comfortable with showing other people that this is me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's obviously just going to keep on progressing. It's never just going to be a one stop, like, I figured myself out. No, because my mentality is going to be changing. My physical health is going to be changing. My opinions and values is going to be changing. So there's never like one like strict this is me.
Yeah.
There's always something that you're going to learn about yourself. Always.
Yes.
Like whether you want to or not, you're going to find something out about yourself, and it's going to throw you for a loop, and then you got to bring that shit back and put it into your circle.
Adjust that shit.
Exactly.
Adjust your however you were living to that new information. And yes, I'm excited for that. I think it's been a long time since I've been like really excited to just be me, or I guess live with me.
Yes.
Like now it's like I'm at a place where I'm like, okay, like things will happen to me and now I'll actually have answers. I'm like, oh, okay, that's why I acted this way, and that's okay. Like now I know what it is. Like I know myself a lot more than I did before I came here. And so I think that has made living with myself a lot better. And it's like now I'm trying to live with myself in a different way. Like every fucking day I feel like I'm making a new adjustment to myself. That is like, okay, this is good. This is better. I like how this is going. And well, again, learning that there's new shit that I have to keep adding into the bag is like, okay, when will this shit end? But I do like it. It's good. Learning yourself is hard.
Yes.
Living, if you didn't like living with yourself prior, learning to live with yourself and really love yourself during the process of living with yourself can be an adjustment. Shifting your perspective of who you were to who you are is also a journey, but it has its moments where you're like, okay, so this does have some good payoffs. Like the benefits of this is great. And I think that's where I am right now in my life, is really appreciating every part of me, all the good parts and then all the shitty parts and all the parts that I know are in there, but I haven't learned about them yet.
Right.
So it's a journey. My 20s are going to be, oh, fuck it. My fucking 18 to 19 was already a fucking journey. 19 to 20 was a journey in itself.
Right.
So 20 to 21, bitch. 21 to 22.
Insane.
As a legal person.
Insane.
Who fucking knows, child?
But yeah, so yes, and thank you for joining us on such a deep topic.
Yes.
A deep talk. I feel like it's just a topic that we had to discuss because at the end of the day, we're in college.
Yeah, and I know. I'm sure a good amount of people can probably relate to a lot of the shit we were talking about.
The different cultural communications that we have, intercultural communications that we have.
Oh yeah, get them vocab words out. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we live in different cultures. Well, no, we were brought up in different cultures. Whether it be family, social, anything like that. Now it's just a new culture. It's a new culture of living and growing and expectations, independent responsibilities. All of that is just a whole culture in itself. And that's just something that we are a part of, and that a lot of other people are a part of too, who don't get that talk, who don't express their feelings or their emotions. And that's what this is for. This is for people to know that there are other people out there who probably feel exactly the same way. And
also I feel like I don't think we give off that these are problems.
Oh, most definitely.
So I'm like, it feels good to at least shed that layer, you know?
Yes.
Like, I think this is the place where you're gonna get that more than us on the day-to-day. On the day-to-day, we're like, okay, fuck it, we ball. Whatever. Yeah. We'll do, what are you doing? Oh, I'm doing this right now. Like, do you want to do, no. But I'm here, so let's go. We're doing it. Our energy is high for the most part. And this is like us. Well, what is this? At fucking 12:45. Us at night.
Right.
Do you get the reference?
Yes.
Good. Just wanted to make sure.
Well, yeah. So thank you for joining us on this very deep talk and listening to our opinions and voices on this topic. I hope you could resonate to it, and I hope you could, I don't know, think about your life.
If anything, it kind of just helped you appreciate yourself a little more, give yourself a little bit more grace. You know, because I know that I feel like a couple of things we spoke about, or at least I know that I felt a little guilty about some of that stuff, or I kind of thought negatively about myself because of those things.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you feel like you can relate to any of these things, just know that it's okay. Like, it's okay to feel that way. It's all right to have those thoughts, and know that you are not alone in those thoughts, and that doesn't make you a bad person, and you can grow from them if you so please. Your emotions are valid. All emotions are valid. Definitely.
So yeah, just know that your situation isn't the same as everyone else's, so your view on it is completely valid. So yeah, so thank you for listening to this episode. This is episode 6.
Oh, okay. I thought it was 5.
No, this is episode 6.
Okay.
Yeah, this is episode 6. And yeah, you could find us on Instagram at This and That Podcast,
Spotify, YouTube, and TikTok.
Yep.
I low-key want to make a Twitter just because I don't even use Twitter.
I don't either.
That'd be so funny.
But yeah, so thank you very much and have a good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Bye, guys.
And others.
Oh, yeah. Can't see. In the cut with my twin and we vibing. Do you not know the other part either?
No, I don't.
I do not either.
That's what's crazy.
I know, I feel like it was really good, but I say that about every single fucking episode, though. Every episode, I feel like it's a good episode. But this was actually a good episode.
Bye.